Good morning. What brings you in today? Oh, that's right. You were looking for a Sega Game Gear. So we do have one in stock, which I told you about on the phone. And then we also have a Genesis, a Dreamcast, and then we will be getting a Saturn within the next week. But you're specifically only interested in the Game Gear? So I can grab that for you, and that was recently traded in, so I will have to just clean it up a little bit, and I will retest the games as well. Are there any specific games you are looking for? Okay, let me see if we have it. Yeah, it looks like we do have one copy. Is there anything else you need me to grab for you? Perfect. Then I will see you in a few minutes. So I have the Game Gear, and then I brought the games. Some of them do have cases, some do not. So one does not have a case in particular, but I might be able to dig up some in the store for you so I can take a look. And then I have all of my cleaning supplies. And you can browse if you'd like while I clean, or you can hang around. Whatever you want. You'll stay? Okay. And before we start, are you familiar with the Game Gear? Just a little bit. Alright, so yeah, it was released in 1991 in North America. And it was kind of like an alternative to the Game Boy. That's how it was marketed. And if you're familiar with the original Game Boy, then you would know there are definitely differences. So first of all, it's much wider than the Game Boy, and just a completely different shape in general. And there's actually a piece on the back here that I'll tell you about in a moment. The other biggest difference is there's a color screen. So that was much different than the original Game Boy. Most people ended up not liking how bulky this was, and it was also more expensive than the Game Boy. And in addition, it took 6 AA batteries. So there were differences for sure. But why don't I walk you through a little bit more? We do have this nice carrying attachment. So it makes it nice for on the go. Now this specific Game Gear does have a scratch on the screen. It doesn't impair your vision when you're playing a game, but I did want to make you aware of that. Most of the Game Gears we get in the shop don't have the best looking screens, and I would say this is probably one of the better ones that I've seen recently at least. So you're going to have your D-pad here, your control buttons, start button. Then you have a headphone jack and power button, and then volume and brightness on the side. You also have built-in speakers, and this one doesn't even have batteries in it at the moment, but it does have a power back, so that's what I wanted to show you. But before I do that, I did also want to mention it is kind of comfortable to hold. So if you do decide to play this, I don't think that gives any issue. I think it's comfortable, the screen isn't bad. I think it's just pretty bulky. And then this attachment on the back I will take off in a little bit, but it is called a power back. And it allows you to plug it into the wall, so you don't have to use those 6 batteries. So it's definitely a useful thing to have, and it does come with this Game Gear. So, a nice bundle. And let's see, I guess we can start cleaning it. Any questions yet? Okay. Yeah, as we go, just let me know if you come up with any questions. Usually isn't too bad, but I at least want to dust it and just kind of clean around the buttons too. So you mentioned you are a collector and you're trying to collect all the Sega consoles. Yeah, so I will definitely let you know when we get the Saturn in. And then if you want to take a look at the Genesis and Dreamcast, I can absolutely show you. So yeah, I'm just basically getting the dust off. So now I just want to clean around the buttons. So I'm actually just going to use some rubbing alcohol. Basically, I'm just going to get the dust that's right in these little crevices and hard to reach areas. So you can see it just rubs right off. So now I'm just going to go over by these buttons. Number 1 and number 2. And by the start button as well. And then I don't know if you can see, but there is a little bit of dust around the screen. So I'm just going to lightly clean there. It should come right out. Yeah, it's definitely getting it right out. And let me actually get some more. Looks much better. So I think that looks pretty good. Now I am going to remove the power back. So all you have to do is just unscrew it. And here it is. Side, it's a little bit dirty. And then here is the Game Gear without it. So you can see the batteries go here, 3 and 3. And I believe I already checked these for any corrosion. I just want to double check again. Nice and clean. If there was any, what we could do is again use a cotton swab and really get in there and clean it out. But I don't see any. So no concerns with that. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on. And again, you're just placing it in the exact spot. And then screwing it back. Okay. Alright, so it looks good. And you just have to plug in this up top. And then this is plugged into the wall. And then the other side just goes on the top of the power back. And I just wanted to show you for comparison. So again, you can see the difference between the Game Boy and the Game Gear. Definitely a different size, but color screen, not color screen. And obviously a whole different set of games for each of them, so I will say it's a good collector's item, and so I think it's smart that you are picking one up. So let's look at the games next. Like I said, one of them does not have a case, but I'll see if I can find one. And they are nice Game Gear branded cases, so that's pretty cool. So starting off, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, and we'll start off by testing this. Just want to pop it in and make sure it turns on, and then of course that the console is working. I'm just wiping away some dirt. Okay. Alright, so turning it on, you do need to, oh, it's already on the right setting, but on the bottom, you have to make sure it's on normal play. Okay. And then you will put your game in. The picture always faces outward. And then you just click power on. And it will turn on. There's the classic sound. And let me see if I can turn up the brightness. There you go. So obviously you can completely turn it off and then turn it up very high. And there's just a preview of the game, but you have your classic Sonic. And now I'm going to actually test the buttons. Turn this down. Alright, so press start button. We're starting in Green Hill. Alright, so I'm moving forward, getting some rings. Can't really play this way, but I will sort of show you as best as I can at least. So, just your classic Sonic game. We know that one works. So I will put this back in the case. What is this? Echo the Tides of Time. I have never heard of this game before. But let's put it in and make sure it works. Again, we see the screen lighting up. Let's see what kind of game this is. There's a dolphin on the front, so this one is not loading. So I'm going to turn it off. Sometimes there's just simply some dust. So now it looks fine. And it's starting up. It looks like it's just a dolphin game. So, kind of just looks like an under the water adventure type game. But that one is working too. I'm just testing all the buttons. Looks good. And now that is the one that doesn't have a case. But again, I can try to get one for you. Alright, let's see what is next. So we have Mortal Kombat. It looks like there's some sticker residue. So I'm going to try to loosen it up. See if I can get it off. And if not, we can always use my sticker removal gel that I have in the back. Yeah, it's not coming off. So I can do that for you when we're done testing. But let's put in a Mortal Kombat. Okay, turns on. $19.93. I'm just trying to see if I can get to the gameplay here. Choose your fighter. So choose her. So I have no clue what I'm doing in this game, but it looks like I can at least do a high kick and throw some punches. And then, did I already die? I'm getting taken out very quickly. But yeah, you can see the game is working fine. Okay, and next up is Columns. Never heard of this game. So let me pop this in. Make sure it works properly. This one is starting up. Okay, perfect. So this one looks like a puzzle game. Kind of looks like Tetris. So, I'm not sure how to play, but that looks kind of cool. Let's just see. Dust. But yeah, it's nice that these cases come with it, just to keep some of the dust out. Now we have Jurassic Park. I'm sure this one is a very interesting game. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Jurassic Park movies. So I think I would have liked playing this as a kid. I'm just testing this one because it is a little bit dusty compared to the other cartridges. Alright. So, Jurassic Park. Let's see what this one looks like. 1992. And it looks like it's doing some kind of introduction. Taking you to an island. And then I'm assuming it's going to go into the story. The dinosaurs escaped. You have to save yourself or save others. I'm actually going to wait until the gameplay starts just so we can see exactly what it is. I'm kind of curious myself. I don't remember ever playing this when I was younger. So you have that character, and it looks like you have to avoid the dinosaurs that are flying. So you can jump, you can crouch, you can shoot an arrow. And I've already died, but it does look like it's a pretty cool game. Okay, so put this one back. And then last but not least, we have Sonic 2. And this label is actually really good. It's pretty pristine, actually. So that's impressive. And the cartridge also looks really nice. So I don't think we'll have any issues with this game. And it's turning right on. So this one looks like it's gonna be fine. Start. Underground zone. Alright, cool. And there it is. Whoops. I can't see what I'm doing, but just for demonstration purposes. Looks pretty cool. Going to put this one back. And yeah, I think that label is definitely the best. Let's see the Sonic one. No, that one's actually pretty good too. It just looks like nobody even ever played this one. So anyways, these are all in great condition, all working as you saw. Now just a reminder, we do have a 90-day return policy. So if you were to take this home and something's not working, you can let us know. So I just unplugged it from the wall. And then you can actually just leave this plugged in. But I will turn the power back to off. And now it can just sit like this. You don't have to worry about disconnecting this. And there's no batteries, so you don't have to worry about that. So you're all set. So are you thinking you do want to pick it up? Okay, plus the games. Alright, so Jurassic Park, Echo, Columns, Mortal Kombat, and then Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Perfect. So the good news is none of those games are worth a ton of money. So I can give you a really good deal on this bundle. So for games. And then the Game Gear plus the power back. Let me just see what our competitors are charging right now. Since you are a loyal customer, I'd like to sell this to you for $60. Okay. It's just a little bit less than the going rate right now, so hopefully you think that is a fair price. And since it comes with the game and it's in great condition, also it is a pretty good deal. And of course you do have that 90-day return policy, so you don't have to worry about any issues you might have. So is there anything else I can help you with? Alright, so I'm going to charge you for that then. And do you want me to just charge the card we have on file? And we do have a sale coming up, just so you know, on Switch games, I believe, in 2 weeks. So make sure you come by for that. You play Switch games, right? Yeah, I can't remember what consoles you have. Okay, perfect. So I just sent the receipt to your email we have on file, and then you are good to go. So thank you again for coming into the game store. I hope you enjoy your new Game Gear and games. And if we get any other games in, I'll be sure to give you a call if you're interested. Perfect. Well, thanks so much for giving us your business and continued support. I hope to see you again soon, and have a great rest of your day.